Hello and welcome back to the Dandelion Diaries. I wanted to kind of hurry up and get this video up, but this is going to be a comparison between the Hobonichi Cousin and then the Common Planner A5 full year. This is the undated version, but the full year books that are dated, I have been told are exactly the same. There's just no print in this one for the dates, obviously. So I'm going to do my best to kind of section this off, but we'll see how this kind of turns out. I'm going to go ahead and take both the covers off of these just so you can see what the book's like plain Jane. Obviously, my Hobonichi Cousin is well used, and then I have been using the Common Planner for 2 months, and that's why I wanted to do a comparison of what they look like after use, just because I feel like when they're brand new, everybody's book looks the same, and everybody uses their books a little bit differently. So if you use your books similar to me, maybe you will have a good idea of what you could be going for 2024, especially since at the time of this video, the pre-order for the Common Planners are up. So that's the main reason for this, is I want to make your life a little bit easier because it was really hard for me to choose as well. So starting off, we'll put the books side by side. I have been using the Hobonichi for 6 months and the Common Planner for 2. I was late to the game for the Common Planners, but as you can see, the Hobonichi has lots of stuff in it, whereas the Common Planner is pretty plain, and that's because I didn't add a whole bunch of stickers to the Common Planner because I wasn't sure how much I was going to love it. But I have since started adding stickers and ephemera, and it's been doing much better. If you watched my 1 month review, you will know I talked about the binding. So the binding was a challenge for the Common Planner. It has since relaxed much more since being outside of the clear cover. So I think maybe that had something to do with its stability. As for the Hobonichi Cousin, binding has never been an issue. If you're wondering if they lay flat, if I open up this to a blank page, it does not lay perfectly flat. It lays flat in the sense that both of these do like arch to where they can lay flat. After a little pressing and kind of manipulating, it will lay flat again eventually. But I will say with the Hobonichi Cousin, it's the same way for like the pages. You like, I'll open to a blank page here in the back, like it's still going to have that little bit of spring to it. It does lay much more flat, like the binding is a little bit more malleable, I guess, than the Common Planner, but they both do technically lay flat. Moving on to the insides. Obviously, since I have the undated version, the insides are much different, but I'm just going to talk about the kind of general layout. So they both have a section that is like this, but in the Common Planner, it is laid out much differently. So in the Hobonichi Cousin, you have 6 months to a page, and you have 2 pages of it like so. And then in the Common Planner, you have a 2-page spread version. So this would be like the 3 months, and then you also have a horizontal version on this side for your like quarterly goals, or you can do like what I did with the tracker system, whatever. Blank, you can't really tell again because this is undated and the print is very light, but it does have the 3 columns here and then the same horizontal rows on this side. So with the Hobonichi, you get 2 pages, 6 months per page. With the Common Planner, you get 3 months per page and basically 4 quarters worth. The next section is the monthly section, and let me get to a blank month. And this was one of the huge things that was very exciting for the planner community, and that is because it is blank in the Common Planner. Obviously there's no print because this is undated, but in the dated version, it has just like the print at the top, where like the days of the week and then whatever month you're in. Everything else is like plain Jane, very black and white. There's no colors whatsoever. With the Hobonichi, you have a little bit more of a block style up here. You have the colors on this side, and so on and so forth. Also, the monthly headers have a section that is ungridded versus the common planner is gridded all the way through. The next section we'll talk about is the weeklies. This is another one where the differences are a little bit larger, and that is because of timeline. So they both have the hourly kind of layout. For the common planner, it starts at 6 a.m. and goes to 12 a.m. So there is no 24 hours, but you could always write in the numbers for the A5 size because you have enough space on both top and bottom. For the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁 cousin, it is 24 hours. With the new version for 2024 in the common planners, she has moved the timeline to the actual line, so it is embedded in the side, versus with the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁 cousin, it is going to be lined up right next to it, taking up that one grid space like normal. In the weeklies as well, it does have a little calendar right here, and then the plain text, again, no color, just plain, it's like a dark gray font, or dark gray color. And then with the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁, again, you have the colors over here, the gray and the red, and then the block style header for the month on this side. Other than that, the spacing is almost exactly the same. I think the common planner's grid is slightly bigger than the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁, but if it is, it's by like 1 millimeter. Let's move on into the monthly sections. Or monthly and daily, I guess. So in the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁, you get a blank page for the beginning of your month, and then you get 1 page per day that is dated. So you would have like a date up here, the quotes on the bottom, little calendar, a timeline, and then the color of each month changes. So like the grid color changes with this color here on the side. So the tab indicates which color is going to be per month. In the common planner, you don't have any dailies. It is just numbered notes pages in the back, so you can use them as dailies if you wish, or you can use them as other things. I have used them as a combination, so I have like the daily sections that I did here, but I also have like cover pages. I have trackers like reading logs, movie shows, workouts, etc. So with the common planner, it is very plain. Again, in the back, there's no predated section for the dailies. It is just blank note pages you can use for whatever you want. I will say in the back of the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁, there is also some note pages. So you have like this section here. There's like 8 notes pages. I'm not going to take you through these because it's kind of personal, but there's 8 note pages, and then you have like a graph section, a favorites section, a My 100 section, and then also this year there was words to remember, and then a 365 checkoff in the back as well. So in the back of the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁, you get a lot of extra kind of like worksheet pages that you can use for what they say they're for, like whatever the titles are, or you can cover them up with paper or do whatever you want. So let me talk about covers for a minute. I don't have obviously any of the new common planners because the pre-order is happening right now, but this is the second version of the common planner from 2023. So it has a very thick cardboardy like cover, and this is in the mauve leatherette. And then for the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁, it is again that sturdy cardstock cover. Comparison wise, the 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁 is much sturdier than the common planner, but at the same time the common planner is still very sturdy. And I know for the 2024 version she has 5 different new covers, so we will have to see what those act like when they arrive. If we're talking about usage, I think if you were to get a full year 𝗦𝗃𝗁𝗁 cousin like this and you bulk it out like I have here, it will last a long time. I don't think you will have any issue with the binding. I think it's going to take whatever, tip-ins you're sticking in it. It's going to take all the stickers, all the washi. I don't think it's going to have any problems there whatsoever. With the common planner, I'm changing my review from 1 month ago that I think this can handle it, because I I have noticed ever since I took it out of the clear cover that it was in, it has relaxed. It is becoming more stable again. I think as long as you are taking care of it, it will last you a lifetime. I don't think there's going to be any problem with that. I will say there are other channels that have shown like what it looks like when they've really bulked it out, and it does look like the spine curves, but if you look at the Hobonichi cousin, the spine is curving here as well, and that I think is just part of the binding process, because as you fill it in at the spine, it can't lay flat like that anymore because of all the stuff in it. If you don't tip in anything, I don't think this is going to be a problem whatsoever. If you don't use stickers or washi tape, I don't think this is going to be a problem whatsoever. If you just like to use pen or stamping inks or fountain pens or anything like that, I think you will be absolutely fine with either planner that you would go with. Okay, I think that's everything that I really wanted to talk about for a review kind of comparison. I will say that the cost is a little different because the Hobonichis come from Japan and the common planners are made in sold in the USA. So for Catherine's common planner, they retail for about approximately $60, a little bit less, and then $60 US. And then for the Hobonichi, they are also approximately $60 after shipping. So for the US. So if you were to say get your Hobonichi cousin from JetPens or Amazon USA, then it would be $60 retail. If you were to purchase it directly from the Hobonichi website, I believe it converts to about $30 or $40. But again, you're going to be paying that shipping, so it's going to be totaling out to about $60 as it is anyways. If you're going to be ordering lots of Hobonichi products, that shipping kind of doesn't really matter anymore, but the same could be said for the common planner because she now has a entire selection of layouts and covers. Like I said, she has a week size, a TN size, a passport size, a B6 size, and A5 size, and A6 size. And she even released horizontal and vertical layouts. I'll link her video down below if you're interested in her 2024 lineup that she's offering. I think she said there's like 19 different layouts, which is crazy. But as for the Hobonichi cousin, I believe they'll probably stick with doing what they did this year. I obviously don't know. They don't really release as much information, I guess. But this year in 2023, they had an English version, a Japanese version, and a Chinese version in the A5 size, and then I believe in the A6 as well. And then for the Hobonichi weeks, which look like this, they had them in the English and the Japanese version. So this is an English version, and this is the Japanese version. This would be the weeks size for the common planner. And she does, I guess I should say she does offer gold edging for her planners as well. So if you like a gold edge just for a little bit more of a romanticized look or a pretty look, then you can always look into that as well. I don't believe it's any extra cost to have gold edge versus white edge, which is really nice. Okay, so since I pulled this out, I will talk about clear covers for a second, since I said the clear cover was making this one a little bit too binded. The clear covers from Sterling Ink fit her planners exact, like to the T. There is no wiggle room in here. If you like to bulk it out and you put it in a clear cover, the clear cover I think is going to challenge the planner cover itself. That being said, you could always heat treat it with like a blow dryer, or you can put it on a bigger planner that has a harder cover and stretch it out. With the Hobonichi Weeks clear covers, they do have a little bit of room to kind of wiggle around in. They're not exact fit, and I feel like their material is a little bit more, it's a little thicker, honestly, than the clear covers for the common planner. The common planner clear covers are a little bit thinner feeling. But okay, I think that's all I'm going to talk about for the comparison / updated review. I just wanted to make sure I got this out here since my previous review talked about the binding and also the bleed through. I will also say for the Hobonichi paper, the bleed through started to happen with the, let me see if I can show you guys. So that ink that I was talking about that bled through in the common planner, it started to do it here too in the Hobonichi. So I don't think it is a common planner soul like thing. I think it is a Tomoe paper thing, and I think that's fine. If you like the paper, go for it. I'm still going to use this because I love the paper, and maybe it was just a couple of my inks having problems, which is not a big deal to me. But all right, I think I'm going to stop here. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in more content from me, I do have an Instagram. I will leave my handle on the screen. Let me know in the comments which one you think you're going to go with for 24. If you like this style of planner, I will say I am going for the common planner. I went ahead and placed my pre-order, so I'm excited to see what I'm going to be doing with this, just because the freedom of this is a little bit more my style, and I think I've loved the Hobonichi for so long that it is time for a change to see if I can find a new love with more planner piece, or if I want to just revert back to the Hobonichi at the end of the year. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys for watching, like I said, and I will see you in the next one.